Benaire. I'm an artist, photographer, and videographer from Cape Town. I basically started this journey when I started rapping. I was 11 years old, and the way I got into rapping was my older brother, he raps, so I used to rap his lyrics back at school, thinking I was cool. And one day he found out, and he was just like, "Yo, man, this ain't it, like taking other people's lyrics and rapping it as if it's yours, not cool." And ever since then I was just like, okay, then the only way to like move forward with this rap thing is to do it myself. Make music telling my story as a creative for creatives that are going through the same struggle and going through the same situation that I went through, and people can, just like music that people could learn from. There was an artist I used to shoot for back in Cape Town. I used to shoot for him for like next to nothing. Like, yo, just get petrol money. Because this guy was hungry, I was hungry, and I was just feeding off his energy. And so I was just like, hey man, look, I'm in Joburg. And I knew he was staying in Joburg at the time. So I was like, hey man, I'm in the city, but I need, like, if I don't get a place to stay, I need to leave like after the weekend. And homie was like, nah, dog, don't worry about it, I got you. So for me, what that taught me basically was, look, we always, how do I say, we always hate on favors, hate on doing favors, like, so it's like, nah, don't do favors and stuff like that. But if you do it for the right people, like, those favors come back, because without Black Slim, I wouldn't have been able to stay in Joburg as long as I did. I wouldn't have been able to experience that and gain the knowledge that I have now. And he let me stay with him for like almost a month. I felt like my heart really wanted to be here and just to build the culture here, And now with the time that I've been back from my last job, I've just been building the business and trying to build a business that can shift the industry in Cape Town and not try to run to Joburg every time. Like, yo, I need to blow up. I need fuel. Cape Town's calling, because as much as we see Joburg as like the blow up city and the city to be in as a creative, Cape Town needs us who think like that. Cape Town needs us who think that Joburg is a blow up city to stick around and change the industry here, And that's why I'm here. Like, I'm now a registered business owner of a multimedia company. Starting up my studio, so like these backdrops and stuff, like people can come and book it. As artists, as a creative, especially in Cape Town, like, guys, it's tough. Nobody's gonna do this for you. This is like, if we walk around in town, there's a very small chance we're gonna run into a Tilly. Tilly would be like Casper Invest manager, There's a very small chance we're gonna run into, even Casper himself, there's a small chance we're gonna run into AKA. They're not around here, Whereas in Joburg, they're there. So these guys that are on the come up, they run into these guys. There are events happening there where it's like these guys will book the event host will like book AKA as the headline act, but then have an upcoming artist as like a supporting act. And that way AKA gets to see him perform. And AKA's like, yo, that kid's dope, I want to do a song with that kid. In Cape Town, we don't always have that opportunity. When I shot my first music video, I was in grade 10. I got someone to shoot a music video for me, and I was more interested in what that guy was doing than what I was doing as the artist, the talent. Because all I could think about is, where's that guy going? What's he gonna do with the footage after? Like, how does he edit it? How's he gonna upload it? I just wanted to know all that, and I kept on nagging him on like, yo man, let me in, teach me these tricks, teach me the things. And at the beginning, homie wasn't for it in the beginning, but eventually we were uploading a video at the crib, and I challenged him in a game of FIFA, but the bet was that if I win, I'd join his company, and I learned from him, and I won, of course. And then I got to be a part of his company. That time the company was split down Productions. I got to learn so much knowledge about like photography and film under his wing. The guy's Matthew Martin. Like, it was a really like, it was an amazing experience, because now not only do I make music, I can now do photo shoots for artists. I can now do music videos. Like, the music industry, it still kept me, like, my passion for hip hop. It still kept me, because I was able now to shoot music videos for other artists and just meet other artists and learn from them also. And that was really, really, like, it was an eye opener basically. Next thing I know, I'm at this place called M Studios. He's hosting a masterclass, and I'm just like, yo, this is dope. So I took some pictures of him, and what I like used to do, my technique like to get people like to work with me is basically speed. So I used to like connect my phone to my camera, and then I'll take the pictures of the camera immediately, just do a quick edit on Lightroom, and then we transfer to the talent. And before the show was even over, Black Slim was already posting. And the director at M Studios was like, yo, where'd you get these pictures from? Like, the show's still going on. How'd you even post them? And he's like, nah, that's my photographer over there. And then I got into communication with the director of M Studios and took his number. I got a gig that same day because their photographer just went AWOL. And they were like, yo, we need you. And I was there, got paid, it was amazing, loved it. And then I left. I came back home. And ever since then, I've like, been in and out of Joburg, working freelancing for M Studios. And then come end of January, I get a call from M Studios for a full-time job. And I took it because I was like, man, I'm trying to get to Joburg. Joburg's the city, the blow-up city, you know? And I got to Joburg and I worked at M Studios. It was amazing. I mean, every time I watch the M Studios Masterclass on MTV Base, I see my name there and I'm just like, man, I made it, you know, I did that. And lockdown happened, so lockdown, of course, slowed down everything. But at the same time, it gave me time to tighten my skills and tighten the craft, because in that time, that's when I was shooting like free videos, like promo videos for people, and just like trying to connect with different artists and different concepts so that I can like learn learn how to edit differently and just learn like how different artists want their videos, you know. So I'm able to shoot like videos for a trap artist, but then I can also shoot a music video for an R&B artist, you know. So that was what lockdown like kind of did for me, just helped me tighten out the skills. And then got another job in PTA after lockdown, and PTA Pretoria, and the job was cool. I enjoyed it, but I only stuck around for like a month, and then I was like, nah, man, Cape Town's calling, you know, because as much as we see Joburg as like the blow-up city and the city to be in as a creative, Cape Town needs us who think like that. Cape Town needs us who think that Joburg is the blow-up city to stick around and change the industry here, you know. And that's why I'm here. Like, I'm now a registered business owner of a multimedia company. Starting up my studio, so like these backdrops and stuff, like people can come and book it, and it's just an amazing experience. I got Pretty Prince in the cut, basically my brand ambassador. It's an artist. I don't like to use the word manage, but like I'm looking after him and I'm nurturing the talent and I'm making sure he's going to studio. Like, I always felt like, even though while Hi guys, I'm Ali Benaire. I'm an artist, photographer and videographer from Cape Town. So how do I feel like we can grow the Cape Town music industry? I think it starts with collaboration. Collaboration is definitely the first start. So, and I don't just mean by artists, I mean like artists collaborating, local brands collaborating with artists, local brands collaborating with each other. It's just because at the end of the day, artists need branding. I even think like it doesn't even matter how much money you have as an artist, whether you can afford your M3, your car, whatever, with your own money. Brands help push an artist basically. It helps give that artist the look of an artist. It goes with the image, you know. So I feel like local brands do play a huge part in our industry. Also, another way to grow our industry is events and event promoters, you know. Like, look guys, it's 2020, artists can't still be performing for free or for next to nothing. It's tough out here, it's tough for everybody. So already for, like, I get it that it's tough for an event promoter, but if you making money off your event, you cannot expect artists to perform for free. Like, can we put an end to that? Like, we gotta build each other, you know. So if artists are getting paid an event, and like, I mean, if I'm getting paid for gig, most likely I'm gonna push that gig harder because I'm getting paid. So that's another way of growing the Cape Town industry. Also, what we could do is new ideas, new concepts, which I see a lot of brands and a lot of like, how do I say, locally owned companies are actually doing. Like they are pushing for a new kind of era, and that actually brings me to one company or one group that's doing, who's trying to shift the culture in Cape Town is New Wave Order. What they're doing with artists, they get a crib for the artists, and they got the artists recording music. They got producers coming through making beats. They got content creators shooting the footage. They got local brands dressing models and then taking pictures of it. Like that is such a dope way to actually push the culture. We got I saw Psycho Beats has his own brand now that he's pushing. I produce, and he's getting local artists to be the like brand ambassadors, basically, to wear his merch and like take photos in his merch. Like that is a good start to pushing the culture, because it's at the end of the day we are collaborating, you know, and it's uplifting to see local artists supporting local brands supporting local artists. By the time we get used to this, events also be coming into place, because I feel like, looking into events, artists should do their own events. Artists should book each other. So yeah, I feel like the more we get used to this, the more things will shift. Basically, like I also feel like it's a good thing as artists to do our own events. Like, yo, host an event, call artists that you would like to see perform, or artists that you've enjoyed, like that perform like on the same stage as you. Like those artists, call them up and be like, hey bro, I'm hosting an event. Like, pull up, even if it's just like, yo, my nigga, pull up. I just want to see you there. Like, let's do more of that. Let's do more of shaking hands than cutting ties. Let's stop burning bridges and let's stop letting our egos get ahead of us. Whereas if we just work together, like, it would be so much easier. Also, if you're an artist, please look into streaming or purchasing music. Stop trying to download music. Number one, like that would be a great way to start, because I know a few artists that still downloading music, and it's like, man, they're like, yo, this is your bread and butter too. So why wouldn't you want to start streaming the next artist's music, locally? Like, I would also say, like, artists, don't be scared to share each other's music. If you are good at what you do, if you are consistent at what you do, if you have your target market, you sharing someone else's music is not gonna take your fans away from you. It's not gonna take your people away from you. It's literally just gonna open the door for the next person, and and by you opening the door for the next person, they will open the door for you. Like, there's one artist that I really look up to, who does this very well, who does exactly what I'm speaking about, and he does it extremely well in South Africa. Ricky Rick. Ricky Rick does, I'm talking about, from branding, from being a brand ambassador, to having his own events, to branding those events, to putting on young cats, to featuring with him. Like, he does all of it. He's the full package. And what that does for him, it actually, oh sorry, and what that does for him, it actually kind of extends his career. Because if Ricky Rick dies out, or if Ricky Rick falls off, God forbid, because I mean, we love Ricky. If Ricky Rick falls off, Costa Titch is going to bring him back up, because he put Costa Titch on. Frank Casino is going to have his back. Dee Koala, she's going to have his back. You know what I mean? The same way, when KO fell off, the industry picked him back up, because the industry knew that or other artists knew if it had been them, KO would have done the same. So it's that building relationship thing that we can really do, so that if I'm not making music and, like, yo, you guys feel like, if an artist feels like I'm falling off, be like, yo, Ellie, hop on this record. Or if I see someone else is falling off, and I'll be like, yo, and I'm hot right now, yo, hop on my record. Let's keep it going like that. Like, that way we're extending careers, we're extending our lifespan in this industry. Because at the end of the day, if you fall off, it's difficult to get back up. But like I said, don't get out. Get back up. Figure it out. But what would help by figuring it out is the support of other artists. And if you're supporting other artists, if you're supporting other people, most likely they'll support you. If they're not, it is what it is. I've had fallouts with artists because of, I'm supporting, but the support wasn't a two-way street, and I moved on. You know what I mean? I'm still helping out. I'm still helping artists out. I'm still supporting. I'm still showing love, and that's what Cape Town needs. Nobody is going to take your fans. Nobody's gonna. We're not stealing. If you are supporting and you're sharing, it's not stealing. So that's what I really hope Cape Town can go into. And also I'm hoping that we can kind of make an industry in the city so that where Joburg artists are concerned, it's I'm yeah, what I'm hoping for in this industry is that we can kind of make an industry where like in Joburg, we can't just go into Joburg and be like, yo, I'm hosting this event, you know what I mean? So same way that when Joburg people come here, can't we just be like, yo, we hosting this event, like, and like they will have an event and have like two Cape Town acts on the event. That don't make sense, Like let's form a community and make it like our thing, so that when artists do come and host the events here, they know these five Cape Town artists got to be on it. At least five Cape Town artists has to be on that list for them to perform here. We got to kind of make it like that, and that is part of the growth. So that's how I see Cape Town hip hop can grow, the industry can grow. Honestly.